It's 2 o'clock, and our next committee meeting of the day is the Public Service Committee. Those committee members are Kamer, McKittrick, DeShazier, Bolden, and Lombardo. We do have all committee members present whenever you're ready, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I'd like to move forward and call the public service meeting to order, please. We did hold a meeting last week. If I can get approval of those minutes, please.
So moved on the acceptance of the minutes.
Thank you.
Second.
I have a motion for the minutes and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, thank you. We do have two pieces on our old agenda that will continue taking time, and we'll move right into our new pieces that are in front of us today. And our first one is a ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts after publicly advertising for bids and or receiving requests for qualifications for professional engineering services to rebuild the backwash pumps and replace the motor control center at the water plant and declare an emergency. And we have our very own service director with us, Chris Luddle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of committee. This legislation will allow us to advertise and then review those bids to hire a design consultant. What we'd like to do is replace we only have two backwash pumps. We want to convert those over to VFD, which is variable frequency drive motors. And then we also want to replace the motor control centers because of the age. This is an energy savings, obviously, to our plant, but these pumps are very critical to our operation. As you know, as water flows through the plant, it's all by gravity, and these pumps will help us prevent any flooding of our basement up at our water plant. So this legislation will allow us, like I said, just to design it, and then once we get a design, we will come back to you before we ever buy that equipment or move on with that project.
All right, thank you, Chris. Committee members, any questions or comments for Mr. Luddle today in regards to this piece? Anybody online with us? No. Okay. Is consent okay, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Motion for consent.
Second.
All in favor of consent, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, well, thank you. We'll put that on the consent agenda. Moving on to the next piece, ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts after publicly advertising for bids for the construction of lighting improvements at Grace Park and declare an emergency. Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of committee. Over at Grace Park on Perkins, we've had numerous problems with vandalism and also theft of our wire. So we are proposing to bid a project. We've done it in-house. We've designed it where we would install 12 new poles around the park. And each one of those poles would have 2 LED lights, but all the wiring would be overhead. So it'd be elevated, it'd be above ground. We are also in this project, we're going to bid 5 lights with floodlights to shine on the interior of the park and also add cameras to that park. So this legislation, like I said, will allow us to bid that project and move forward with relighting that park.
Sounds like a good project. Really nice. Councilman Lombardo?
Thank you. So really, you answered all my questions, and you're probably asking, well, then what do I need to say? But my question will be, do you see this, because it sounds like a great project. I was thinking about cameras and overhead, because Lord knows, I'm sure in some of our wards we've gotten wire stripped. But do you see this happening in other parks throughout the city?
Where we have the post lights especially, they're getting into the excess on the bottom of the light where the wire comes underground. So some of those we've changed over. Either we have it or Ohio Edison has done it to aluminum wire because just putting tamper-proof covers, they break them off and then we have more of a mess. So in something like this, going overhead, we've had very good success, like on Dart and Rand, right off of the inner belt. We've had numerous problems there where we've added poles and went overhead with the wiring. Mm-hmm. So we would do this at other parks if we had to.
Okay.
To answer your question.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
And obviously they weren't LED before, so LED, you get a 10-year plus life on the lamp, you get a better energy efficiency, and you get better light.
So basically what you're saying is on an as-needed basis?
Yes, as we're having trouble, we're going to look to upgrading this. I think the next one probably be Prentice Park.
Okay. Okay, very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
My question was more related to the tie-in to other safety mechanisms. I wondered if it was being fed also, any of the signals into the FUSIS system, so that the police and maybe, I know we tied
The
into
camera
University of
system's
Akron.
tied into the same system the police uses, so they can monitor the cameras and they can go back and look at them. But I don't believe they're tied into the FUSIS system, no, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilman. And this actually is something that I wish, like you said, the next park after this is Prentice Park.
I believe that's the next park we're going to be looking at.
Yeah, I encourage you, the administration, to continue moving forward with as improving the lighting and cameras in as many parks as we can. So with that, I would encourage the committee to suspend the rules on this one.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
All in favor of suspension of the rules, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, thank you. Moving on to the next piece is authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts after publicly advertising for bids and/or requesting and receiving requests for qualifications for professional engineering services for the 2027 Water Main Replacement Program, declaring an emergency. Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. We've done this every year for quite a few years now, where we design a project, and this year it's going to be about 15,000 feet of water main, aged water main, where we will look at chronic break history. We have I don't know, probably 20% of our water mains over 100 years old, but that doesn't always mean we start with the oldest first. We look at water main that's got sections, it's got, like I said, numerous breaks on it, and then we build a project from there. We design that project, and this will allow us, there'll be future legislation once we get the project designed next year. We'll bring it back to you for a water main replacement program. So that's what this is for.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments in regards to this one? Anyone? All right, is consent okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Committee?
Motion for consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for consent. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, thank you. Moving on to our final piece is an ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to file applications and enter into agreement or agreements with the water supply revolving loan account with the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and with the Ohio Water Development Authority for planning, design, and/or construction for Water Supply Bureau projects and declare an emergency. Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Yes, this piece of legislation, as stated, will allow us to apply for loans through the Ohio EPA, the WSLRA loan fund. And what this is basically is 4 projects. Number 8 on our number 7, where we're going to design the VFDs. This will help pay for that design project. Last week, we brought in a piece of legislation for our GAC, our granulated active carbon facility. That will allow us to apply for that. And then the one right above this one was the water main replacement. So right now, currently, the current interest rate for a 20-year loan on a construction loan is 3.5%, but on a 5-year design loan, it's 0%. So we take advantage of as many of these loans we can get to leverage as much money as we can get. So we get the loan, then we move forward with the design, and we move forward with the construction after we bid it. So there again, we will come back to you, obviously not for this piece, but if we get these loans, we'll come back with future legislation for those projects.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Any questions or comments in regards to this piece for Chris Luddle? I don't see any. Is consent okay? All right, committee?
Motion for consent.
Second.
All in favor of consent, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Well, all right, we'll adjourn. Thank you.
Our next committee today will be the Public Safety Committee, and it will begin at 2:15. Those committee members are McKittrick, Kamer, Lombardo, Hanna, and Davis. Again, that's the Public Safety Committee, and it will begin at 2:15. Thank you.
I gotta catch Jeff.
It's 2:15, and our next committee meeting of the day is the Public Safety Committee. Those committee members are McKittrick, Kamer, Lombardo, Hannah, and Davis. We do have all committee members present except for Councilwoman Davis. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Clerk Biviano. We have one piece on the regular agenda we're going to continue time with. Before we go to our new piece here, if I could get a motion to approve our previous minutes.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in
Second.
favor for approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. We have one piece to come before us today. You see we have Chief Reedy here. It is a ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts without formality of publicly advertising for bid with Boundtree Medical LLC for the purchase of a high-fidelity simulation mannequin and declaring an emergency. Chief Reedy.
Thank you, sir. This was something I brought before you guys a couple weeks ago. The purchasing process got a little gummed up. In between there, the donation came back. They actually donated the full price of the mannequin now. So we're coming back to you just to get the legislation amended.
Well, that sounds like a no-brainer, especially now that we have the full price. So I know we went through this before, and I will ask any of the committee members if they have any questions about this. Any other council members that have questions? Okay. So I assume that we need to suspend the rules again since we're kind of behind on this one.
Yes, sir. That'd be the ask. Thank you.
Okay. I get a motion for suspension of the rules with a favorable report?
I'll make that motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for suspension of the rules. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Chief, I appreciate you coming back down and clarifying that, and we'll get that out this evening. We have nothing further to come before public safety. We will be adjourned.
Our next committee today will be the Budget and Finance Committee, and it will begin at 3 o'clock. Those committee members are Lombardo, Amobian, Fusco, Boys, and Bolden. Again, that's the Budget and Finance Committee, and it will begin at 3 o'clock. Thank you.